Behold my mud masterpiece. Time to quit sitting around and start hacking. This gym workout is totally free. Time for some high-stakes home renovation. If by renovation you mean aggressively poking this mud until it finally gives up, I'm really going for that open concept look now. If only HGTV could see my masterful technique with this hatchet. Just call me the Forest Goblin Architect, squatting here while I renovate this mud mansion. Total DIY goals, right? Down I go. Time to pop this front panel off. Privacy is highly overrated when you live in a hole. Stepping into my dirt mansion, time for some interior design. And by design, I mean hitting things with an axe. Time for some aggressive interior decorating, just whacking things until they look intentional. HGTV, hire me. One more chop for good measure. Let's shove the stick in here. It's a load-bearing pole, obviously. Just me and my axe having a blast in this luxury mud suite. I'm definitely getting my steps in today. Swapping the axe for a shovel. Watch out, world, I'm a human backhoe. Only way slower and significantly more exhausted. Since this tree won't move, I am just going to tunnel under it. Soil sculpting is definitely my new cardio. If I keep digging like this, I might actually strike gold. Or just a very grumpy earthworm. Still nothing. Still digging for that elusive worm treasure. Now for my next trick, balancing on this log like a clumsy Olympic gymnast. Checking the foundation of my new luxury mud mansion. Time to haul the lumber and test my core strength. Behold the human forklift. Just hauling these boards over to my hole. They aren't heavy at all, I swear. Mostly. Back into the wild for more wood. This counts as cardio, right? Carefully placing these beauties down. Time to plant this oversized toothpick. I'm making this look way harder than it probably should be, honestly. Applying some expert-ish hammering force here. Now stay put, pole. Don't go falling on my head later. One last love tap for the joint. Now to wrestle this oversized toothpick into my luxurious dirt hole. Time for some precision engineering with my tiny hammer. Whack! If I hit it enough, it'll definitely stay put. Probably. I'm giving this ground a piece of my mind. One more whack. There. Let's hope my DIY skills actually hold up. Grabbing another log for the collection. It's basically life-size Jenga, but with much higher stakes for my core toes. Let's just nudge this massive log into place. If it falls, I'm basically playing a very dangerous game of Jenga. Right, one last nudge. Please don't fall. Standing back to admire my masterpiece, or impending disaster. Forest Jenga is seriously exhausting work. One precision chop, and I'm basically a professional architect. Taking another swing at this joint. If I hit it enough, it will eventually give up and cooperate. Just tapping this post into the mud. If this falls, I am definitely blaming the gravity and not my questionable engineering skills. Peak engineering right here. Trimming these sticks and hoping for the best. I am basically a beaver with a hatchet and better fashion sense. Time to play whack-a-stake. My precision is slightly questionable, but hey, if I hit it hard enough, it'll listen. Whacking these sticks like they owe me money. Surgery time! Sawing this branch to size, hopefully keeping all my fingers. Channeling my inner mole. Hammering here, then some dirt shuffling there. Hopefully this wall doesn't decide to hug me. Time to aggressively re-landscape this dirt floor. Now let's lay these logs down. Luxury living, here we come. Logs are in. Now for some delicate dirt sculpting with a hatchet. Michelangelo would be jealous of this dirt masterpiece. Time for some fancy hardwood flooring. My back is already filing a formal complaint, but style waits for no one. Tapping these planks in. If it looks uneven, it's just vintage rustic charm. Take that, structural integrity. I'm basically a master carpenter now, just me and my tiny hammer versus this very stubborn dirt. Take that, floor. Laying down the VIP hardwood. Okay, it's just scraps. Hammering it in. Look at me, a real-life Minecraft character. whacking these boards into place and hoping I don't accidentally build a seesaw instead of a bench. Nailed it! Just some finishing touches on my dirt palace. I hope the local worms appreciate the new decor. Testing the crawl space in my new luxury dirt mansion. Tight fit? Only if I actually breathe. Nailed it! Hammering in the last bits, then placing more floorboards. Real estate prices are getting crazy down here. Giving it one last thwack for good measure. Look at that! A floor fit for a queen, or a very organized mole. Time for some aggressive encouragement with my trusty orange hammer. Accuracy is optional when you have this much enthusiasm. Gotta nail this down before it makes a run for it. Watch out, fingers, I am swinging wild today. Look at this 5-star underground suite. I'm basically an interior designer now, assuming designers use rusty saws and hope. Trying to convince this board that it belongs in this corner. Engineering is just 70% hitting things. Success. I'm just giving it some gentle love taps. If it doesn't fit, hit it harder. That's my motto today. Just a few more taps with my very specialized hammer. There. Now let's get the support beam in place. A gentle bonk for alignment, followed by some aggressive sawing to hide my complete lack of professional carpentry training. Almost through and done. Now for some precision hammering. Let's hope I don't turn my thumb into a grape. Fitting these planks is like playing Tetris, but with more splinters. I'm really nailing the professional cave builder look. Wall building is basically just aggressive interior decorating with a mallet. Stay there, you stubborn piece of lumber. Trying to fit this plank is basically high-stakes Tetris. Stay still, big tree, I'm almost finished. Time for a supply run. Scrambling over this massive log is definitely the safest way to build a house. Stop! Hammer time, folks! Time to channel my inner lumberjack. I'm just hitting stuff with this axe until it finally stays put. Engineering perfection. I'm really nailing it. With an axe. Who needs a hammer when you have blunt force trauma and total optimism? Just call me the axe-wielding carpenter. One slip and I'll have a much more ventilated roof than I planned. Hammers are for quitters. Let's try some precision sawing. And we're back to just whacking it. Jungle engineering at its finest. Measurement is more of a suggestion. I'm just hacking away until it fits. Look, it's starting to look like a house. A hatchet is just a hammer with an identity crisis. Tap, tap. There we go. Precision is overrated anyway. Just a few more taps. This is definitely according to code, in some universe. Watch the fingers. Safety third. Who needs a hammer when you have a perfectly good axe? Just some casual, very safe DIY forest construction. Admiring the view through my new skylight before I hammer it shut. This is some high-end primitive real estate. Admiring the view from inside my 5-star wooden hole. Time to grab the gear and finish this masterpiece. Grabbed a stick, now to hammer this stake into the dirt until it learns some respect. Take that, ground. Giving this stake some tough love. My spine just made a very loud cracking sound. Curved sticks are so in this season. I'll give this a little tap so it doesn't become a surprise hat. Nailed it! Well, technically wooded it. Just a little more whacking to make it official. Look at me! I'm basically a forest certified architect now. Whacking this peg like it owes me money. Precision is my middle name, although clumsy is a very close second. Who needs a hammer when you have a perfectly good axe? Just some casual, very safe DIY forest construction. One last whack with a hatchet. If this tunnel holds, I'm a genius. If not, it's just modern art. Checking the headroom. Tight squeeze. Let's grab my gear and try to look like I know what I'm doing. Time to waterproof this joint. I'll just slap this on and pray I don't accidentally staple my hand to the wall. Click, click, boom. Well, more like click, click, staple. This roof better be waterproof or I'm moving. Stapling my way to glory. If this roof leaks, I'm blaming the stapler, not my questionable engineering skills. Checking the seals. If this leaks, I'm basically building a swamp. Looks mostly waterproof from here. Behold the world's heaviest straw. Now let's just shove this board in and hope for the best. Just me and my trusty shovel playing in the world's largest litter box. This sand will not move itself. Time to wiggle this giant stick into place. There we go, nice and sturdy-ish. Now let's go check the front. Emerging from my hole like a confused groundhog. Shovel in hand, I'm off to find even more dirt to dig up. All right, found a patch of dirt to disturb. Time to look professional while squatting. My knees definitely aren't clicking. And yeet! Digging is my cardio. Time to do some extreme landscaping. Just grabbing some free turf from nature's clearance aisle to spruce up my dirt mansion. If you ignore the dirt under my nails, this place is basically a 5-star resort. Landscaping is definitely my passion. A bit more greenery here and there. Luxury landscaping. I'm sure the squirrels will appreciate their new landlord. Adding that curb appeal for my squirrel tenants. Now to chop out a door. Move over, HGTV, a professional is here. Time to see if this actually fits. It's a puzzle, only with more splinters and way fewer instructions. Perfection. A quick sit down, then I'll ditch the hammer and leave. Being a forest architect is exhausting work. Time to squeeze into my 5-star dirt mansion. Watch the noggin. Let there be light. Fancy, right? Home sweet home. It is basically a wooden tomb, but with a lantern and excellent ventilation. 5-star views. A tiny fire for a tiny home. Let's hope I don't turn into a human marshmallow in this wooden box. Just a little nudge. Hope I don't become a smoked ham in here. Look! My tiny hobbit hole is open for business. Smoke signals are a go. Popping my head out before squeezing through the main exit like a confused hobbit. Look at me go! I'm checking the exterior for termites, or anything else that might eat my house. Home sweet hobbit hole. It's a bit of a tight squeeze, but hey, at least the rent is cheap. Dinner time! I'm tossing in onions to hide the mystery meats flavor. My knees are absolutely loving this 5-star squatting technique. Into the pan you go. This floorside bistro is really testing my quad strength. Time to stoke the flames. Time for the secret ingredient. Splash in some mystery sauce and shake it up. That is Michelin star quality, folks. Next, the onions. Trying to look professional while stirring this mess. And some water for the tea. Into the fire. Let's check the onions. I'm basically a Michelin star chef if the stars are made of soot. All right, dumping this masterpiece onto my rice. Time for the moment of truth. Not bad for cave food. Pure bliss. Check out those chipmunk cheeks. I've officially entered full vacuum mode and I am not sorry. One last huge bite before I reveal my 5-star all-wood penthouse suite. Spacious, isn't it? Just ignore the draft. Still chewing that massive bite. Time to pop out of my grass-covered bunker like a very uncoordinated gopher. Peekaboo! Hiding from the neighbors again. Now for a hot drink to contemplate my life choices. Steaming hot. I've brewed some premium dirt water for my 5-star mud mansion. Tastes like damp earth and success. Closing the front door and the top hatch. If you need me, I'll be underground pretending I'm a caffeinated hobbit. Stay stealthy. Time to tuck into my cozy green burrito. Turning off the scary woods vibe now. Sweet dreams. Snug as a bug in a wooden rug. If a squirrel steals my shoes, I'm walking home barefoot. Sleep tight. Snore.